Warning, before the video start, I want to let everybody know who's scared or who may be in fear. Man, you need to really just, you know what I'm saying, sit back, listen, and not be botted out. Let's start the video though, dog.
If you say, what do I mean by that? Well, we got members that are from all different geographical regions throughout the... What's up, y'all? What's up? Smooth Eddie Humphrey in the house. That's right, Eddie Humphrey, but y'all probably know me as Humpty Hump.
I like to rhyme. I like my beats funky. I'm spunky. I like my oatmeal lumpy. I'm sick with this.
Yeah, he's got style, don't he? Humpty's nice.
I'll eat up all your crackers and your licorice. Oh, yo, fat girl. Come here, are you ticklish? Yeah, I called you fat.
Where did you get this character from, man?
Is that cool? No shock. How was that?
I like the first one a little bit better.
First album Digital Underground released with Tupac. Notice how Humpty Hump and Shock G are in a Masonic black and white checkerboard pattern shirt because he is two different people. Duality. Introduced as divinity and royalty, the Masonic checkerboard floor is a symbol of the order and its rituals. Black and white represents duality, good and bad, yin, yang, the sacred, profane, and is interpreted as symbols of the evil and good of human life. Notice Tupac's is dancing on the floor of duality. He takes it a step further. Notice he has black and white shoes. Duality.
Satisfy both sides. I'm a Gemini, so I can handle the little double personality type. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing.
Let's break down the symbolism behind his first and last album covers.
Is it my turn to wish you were lying here? I didn't dream you when
The 7 Day Theory album, it's packed with Masonic symbolism. Not only that, but his Tupacalypse Now album is too.
Is it my turn? Fiction of my world.
Let's start with the Tupacalypse Now album. On the cover you can see him surrounded by 4 men in black hoods. These men represent the 4 horses riders of the apocalypse. War, civil strife, hunger and death.
4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
A rider on a white horse, on a red horse, on a black horse, and on an ash horse. All bring horrible things.
If the prophecy has begun, then the terrors these 4 horsemen bring have already arrived. The Antichrist.
He'll come preaching peace. This will be a person who will be so persuasive and such a lover of peace that people will be drawn to him and say, let's let him lead us instead of all these politicians.
The word apocalypse is defined as a widespread destruction or a prophetic revelation of revealing hidden information. The presence of 4 horsemen signify the revealing of a prophecy. Thus this album cover is the introduction of Tupac's Black Jesus prophet character, because the presence of the 4 horsemen signify the revealing of a prophecy. See those black hoods that the 4 men are wearing that are completely covering their eyes. This is the Masonic initiation ritual of hoodwinking, where they cover the initiate's eyes to induct the candidate into acquiring the disclosure or revelation of new knowledge. Hood means head covering, such as hat, helmet, hood, and wink means to close the eyes or wince. Thus a hoodwink is a headdress that covers the eyes during an initiation ritual. Tupac's Black Jesus, initiating the 4 men with his prophetic revelation on the perils of the black community. Police brutality, violence, murder, gun violence, poverty, etc.
Let's talk about the reality of police brutality. Let's talk about the reality of a situation like Rodney King. It's songs talking about strong black men fighting back, you know what I'm saying, against the oppressor.
You'll notice that the words Tupacalypse.
See, the problem is a lot of y'all get too scared when y'all watch these type of videos. But really, a little bit of trauma is enlightening. You understand what I'm saying?
Notice that the words Tupacalypse Now is colored in blue and red on the album cover. Tupac is colored blue, while the ellipse now is colored red. Think of red, blue Masonic lodges. Red, blue, Bloods and Crips. It was styled on the Black Panther Party, which was formed 3 years earlier by Agent Huey P. Newton and Agent Bobby Seale. It's all Masonic, hence why the Crips and Bloods rap album cover shows both gangs standing on the checkerboard floor. Red is the color of the regeneration of life and the rebirth reform of souls, whereas blue is the sacred color of divinity, immortality and universality. An apocalypse is an announcement of a revelation. A revelation is a disclosure of information to man by a divine or supernatural agency. Thus, Tupac's name was in blue, the color of divinity, on the album cover, because he is supposed to be the proverbial Black Jesus, giving a divine message or prophecy on the troubles of the Black community. He's supposed to be the messianic leader figure, divine voice of his people fighting against the corrupt system.
And well, that's what this is. It's just soul music. It's like music for us to carry on with, for us to move on. It's battle songs. It's songs talking about strong black men fighting back. You know what I'm saying? Against an oppressed. You never hear me say a song about me just walking up and shooting a cop. It's always provoked. You know what I'm saying? It's always self-defense. And I want to get that strength back.
The Tupacalypse Now album is named after the film Apocalypse Now, a movie about a U.S. government military official being sent on a mission to assassinate a colonel who established himself as a god messianic figure. This is identical to people's idea that the government was on a mission to murder Tupac once he debuted, because he was exposing them, because he was a prophet and was going to lead the black community, so the government killed him. The Illuminati was after him, so they assassinated him, and so forth. Coincidence? Nope. It all goes back to COINTELPRO. They wanted to counter the possibility of a black messianic figure rising from poverty to lead and electrify the black community. To stop this from happening, they manufactured one themselves. Who did they choose? Tupac. The messianic black Jesus symbolism on his first and last album and throughout the rest of his career and artwork is a reference to all of this, him being created to be a faux prophetic leader, rebelling against the government, hence why he was named after Tupac Amaru, a rebel who led an uprising against the government. The story of Jesus is a collection of allegorical stories meant to personify an entity as a hero. The Jesus storyline gets copied over and over whenever the elite manufacture hero figures, because it is a universal narrative that people have already been programmed to respect. You know how they say Jesus was killed by his own people? That's what they were trying to convey by having Tupac Black Jesus killed by gangbangers through his affiliation with Death Row, making it seem like he was murdered by one of his brothers like Jesus. Plus it is likely an inside joke given that the Bloods and Crips were created from the Black Panther Party when they disbanded. If you notice, Tupac's scripted life story followed this Jesus narrative to a T, because it is what effectively built his character up as a Black Jesus prophet leader. These symbols are powerful and have manifested on a subconscious level to his fans and listeners, hence why they believe him to be a literal martyr.